Hello, folks. I've recently returned from an event in the United States hosted by Brendon Burchard. Brendon Burchard, if you don't already know, is extremely famous in the social media world. He's a famous author, he's an extremely accomplished coach, motivational speaker, etc. 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 If you want to know more, quick Google search will bring all this stuff up for you. But it was what Brendon described as a mastermind, where he pulled together a small group of people who were already very high performing in their individual fields and talked about how do you get to the next level. So here I wanted to share with you some brief reflections. There's not time to go into any great detail, and I will share more as time moves on. But I wanted to share this also through the lens of how Brendon describes lasting change being implemented in people's lives. So the first gate of change that Brendon talks about is becoming aware. So awareness of those things that need to change in your life. And he masterfully crafted an environment where all these people came together with enthusiasm and passion, but became aware of the areas where they weren't yet performing at the highest possible level for them as individuals. And then Brendon talks about moving on to acceptance. So from becoming aware of the changes that need to take place, you accept where you're at and the journey that got you to that stage, and that it's okay to have reached that point and perhaps not yet moved to the next level. And again, he masterfully created an environment in which we all became aware of that space in our lives. From there, Brendon suggests that the next stage for people who want to implement lasting change in their life is to take some accountability for that. So you take responsibility for your journey. You take responsibility for where you've got to and where you're going to go to. And again, the mastermind experience created that beautifully for everybody there. And then finally, and this one is actually dearest to my heart, is the idea that you then have to take some action. So I've come back from that mastermind with an enormous list of things that I want to achieve in my life, an enormous list of things that I want to action and take responsibility for. This year, I believe, is going to be one of the most transformative for myself and for my wife, who is the most important person in the world to me. I see that this process, which will be replicated a number of times throughout the year, is going to transform and enliven our lives in ways that have never been possible. I'll share with you as the journey goes forward, but they're my brief reflections so far. Cheers.